We're going to take a look at investments for team of the season and tell you guys exactly what I'm doing. Hey guys, finally he sleeps back with another FC Mobile market video. It's been a while since we've done the weekly investment tips. The introduction of team of the season threw everything into a bind. It kind of depleted where we were doing with the normal events because this is another 6-week long event and it has shifted where the investments are. Plus, been experimenting with investing back into the shard system using the most effective, cost-effective shards, and it's worked in the past. And this one is a little bit more of a, let's say it's a gamble, but it's less risky than what we've seen in the past for some of these big investments for events like this. So we'll take a look at it. They have added a lot of shards into the event. We now have 10 daily in the daily rewards. Not sure if those will last throughout the whole thing or if that's just going to be for the premiere week, but you're getting 10 shards every day. There is a lot of players within the game, and there's a lot of universal rank players up for grabs in here, and that has really taken its toll on the 90 icons market. So we do a lot of investing in the 90 icons because this stuff tends to spiral up and down about 1 million coins in value per week. And the last couple of weeks, if we look at one of these players, and you can see that the up and down at the beginning has kind of tapered off. It's still up and down over the weekly reset, but it's not near as high. So if you're buying these, if you look at my players, I have a ton of these invested, a lot of these 90s, but I was buying them in the 2 mil range, like 400 mil less than they are now, at the 1.9 to 2 million range, in hopes that they will cycle back through once the event stops giving them out. And we should be able to see those back up over 3, possibly 4 million, even as high as 5 million in the next 4 to 5 weeks. So it's not a short-term investment. This is another long-term investment for me. And they're too high right now to buy. They've gone up to 2.3, 2.4, but I was buying them at 2 mil for a long-term investment. But the big thing right now is with TOTS, and because of the way they've changed the exchanges, if we go to the gallery here, they've put all of the exchanges in one area. This is another reason that the exchange, it's caused some problems for a lot of people because they don't understand how many points this stuff is worth. If you hit the I up here, it shows the exchange rate for everything, but you actually have to hit the info button next to the exchange. If you go back here to the exchange on the main tab, it looks different, and people have lost, oh, where do I go to get the universal rank players? They are under player exchange, rank up, and training. So that weekly Mascherano exchange for 2, which really isn't as exciting as it used to be now that team of the season is giving out so many. We have weekly quests here in this that are giving out 4 as part of the weekly. We get them as part of the league was giving out. I mean, here there's multiple in here. Plus you could choose 3 for your weekly result. There's so many universal rank players because they're assuming that most people will adjust their team with team of the season, which does make sense. That's kind of the whole point of team of the season. But to do that, you need shards, and you actually need a lot of shards, and there's still a lot of players to be released. So if we just look here at the gallery we'll just do Premier League. We're talking 1,500 for Top, 1,800 for 107 Van Dyke, whereas Salah is 108. Salah is 1,000. That's a lot of shards that you need, and you can do the 3,000 gem daily pack here in the store on the featured. I've already claimed it for today. You've got this pack that you can do daily with 3,000 gems, which is great for a lot of shards. There are also exchanges that you can do As far as player exchanges in the TOTS tab right here, we have the one that's worth 5 100 to 109s for, I think it's, what are they, 20 mil a piece, 20, 40 mil, I can't remember. But you also have this one if you're willing to spend 400 million in a week. The low side of things, if you get 104s, you're only getting about half your value back. But if you can pull a 106 or higher out of the 4, it does make a difference. Let's go ahead. I said I wasn't going to do this, but let's see if we can earn more points back. If we pull this is a 103, I think. No, 104. Kona. 104 Kona. If you pull at least 106 or 107, so the 104s were 10. There's a 106. Okay, so now we're good. We've got a 104 and a 106. So a 105. These are only for the exchange for shards. None of these are usable towards the market. You can't sell any of these. This is another 104. So 2 104s, a 105, and a 106. Last one. We'll see if it was worth the exchange. If this was a 106, nope. Okay, 3 104s, a 105, and a 106. We go to the exchange. So here's what we got. 10, 20, 30, 60, 120, which was more. So 400 mil for 120. If you're buying, it's about 20 mil for 5 shards. So you can get 25 mil or 25 shards per 100 mil. So you spend 400, you're worth about 100 shards on this, and we made 20 shards over the value of what we're doing. So yes, it can be worth it if you have a bad roll. It's a gamble that's not there, but that comes back to what I've invested about 3 billion coins in. So here's what it is. Each week we have a new league that's coming out. There are 3 of these 100 OVR team of the season players that at release, you can usually get them in the first couple of days at about 20 mil. Maybe less, 19.8, 19.9, 20, 20.5. I've tried to buy these at 20 mil, as close to 20 mil as possible, never higher than 20.9 million. And then as these have cycled through, they have gone up to about 27 mil. They're settled back down at 22. And as they add more, we're going to end up with maybe 15 of these different 100 rated players. They are worth 5 shards a piece at that 20 mil value. Here's where this investment loses some of its excitement. Because there's going to be about 12 to 15 of these things before it's said and done. You're getting a lot of shards. They're adding more shards. It may not be necessary for as many people to buy these to use for shards as it gets closer to the end of team of the season. That could negate their value a little bit, but if they keep adding players and there's valuable players, especially when we see what happens with Ultimate Team of the Season, these could bump way up in value. We could see them at 33 to 35, possibly even closer to 40 mil. Now here's the positive on this investment. You're not really investing 20 mil into each player. At most, if you're buying them under 20 mil, at most, you're investing 5 million. The reason being is no matter what, these have a minimum value of 15 mil in the coin exchange. So there's a lot less risk here. You don't have to hoard as many players because there is a much higher value. And if we do see these go up from 20 to, let's say, 30, you're making 7 million a piece. 7 million on a 5 million coin investment. If you look at it that way, as long as you can get back at least 5 million in profit, you're doubling your invested value because you're guaranteed 15 of your 20 mil back no matter what. At most, you're going to lose 5 mil per player. Depending upon how many you've spent, it could be a big hit. If these deplete in value, if they change something with the event and they start giving out 2 or 3 times as many shards as they are now, or if you don't need to do these to be able to complete the exchanges, there's a glitch and they give away a bunch of free team of the season players or ultimate team of the seasons, that could all hurt this. But at this stage in the game, this is a investment that I feel is worth the value in the risk, if not the entertainment value, to see if it actually works for me. So that's where all of my coins are invested. There's 4 billion coins, about roughly between 4 and 5 billion coins invested in my squad in team of the season players and the icons. So if we look here at just these two in tradable, there's a lot. That's where everything is, at that 20 mil value, icons and those. And I will continue to buy them as long as we see the shift back down into the 20 mil range. There's a lot going on with team of the season. Hope that information helped. If it did, make sure you subscribe here on the FC Mobile video and turn on notifications. That way you never miss when a video goes live. Finally, he sleeps. As long as you guys keep showing up, I'll keep making videos.